beautiful people, Julianne here of Julianne Annette Art. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. If you are new, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I'd love to have you stick around. Today we have the dogs growling in the background as one is trying to engage the other in play. I apologize for the noise. But it's a little bit yucky out, so I'm not walking them outside at the moment, so they're just trying to entertain themselves. Anyway, for today's video, I'm going to be doing the Space Timber coloring tag questions that Soraya Colors from Instagram, I'll put her name up top here. She's the one who came up with the Space Timber idea, and she came up with some questions for a coloring tag. So I'm going to answer those questions. And I'm going to color while I do it, which is going to be hard for me because coloring and talking at the same time is a bit of a challenge. I know some colorists did their answered questions as they showed their Space Timber pages, but I did not do that, so I'm doing it this way. So I am working on this page in A Million Monsters by Lulu Mayo. I've lost my tag. Where did it go? Here it is. So I'm working on this page for Space Timber, naturally. And sorry, I just need to get a little backing page here as I drop my paper everywhere. So far everything has been colored with Prismacolor, but I only have a 36 set of Prismacolor, and so I don't have the any grays in my set. It has black and white and then colors, which I appreciate because I don't feel it is necessary for grays. I'd rather have more variety of colors in a small set. So not a complaint, but I'm going to be using my Arctics and we're going to color the spaceship. At first, I thought that this is too small to color to answer the questions, but I have already filmed this video once and I was doing a different page and I realized yes, talking while coloring is difficult. And B, I'm slow as it is. So if I'm slowed down by actually having to think and answer questions, this is not too much to color. I will not even finish the silver of this little spaceship, likely. Yeah, so... So that's it. I am using, like I said, I'm using my Arctics pencils. And so I just have the cool grays, the 20%, 50%, and 70% cool gray. And then I have Wisteria and Parma Violet. I don't know if I'll get to using them, but I will use them after I kind of have the grays down. I'll put in a little bit of them for just a little bit of interest, like just to give a little bit more depth to the gray than just solid gray. That's my plan. We'll see how it goes. I have my coffee. I think I'm ready to go. My coffee already needs to be heated. That is par for the course for me. As far as I spend more time heating up my tea and or coffee than I do drinking it. I have a sip and then I have to heat it up. I think I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. And I apologize because when it gets to the point where I'm going to show you a page in a book, then I will probably have to zoom you back out, but we'll go with that for now. I'm not sure what to do with these little dots. Are they lights? Should they be lights? I think they'll be lights. Okay, so I have the questions here. I don't want to put them in the description because I want you to find them on Soraya's page, but I will actually put the screenshot of her Instagram in case you don't have Instagram. I will put the screenshot of her Instagram post so you can see the questions. Also, if anybody wants to do this tag, feel free. It's just an open coloring tag for space questions if you like space. So the first question is favorite memory related to space. And that's a double answer for me. I have two memories kind of related to space. So the first one is actually going to the Space Center in Houston, Texas, the Johnson Space Center, NASA. And I went with my partner and his dad, and we actually went early, kind of before they opened, and went to what is it? We did this tour all around the whole facility. And so one of the things that we did, which was kind of the highlight for me, is the actual building, the mission control for, like Apollo 13, Houston, we have a problem. We actually got to go to the building, to that mission control, and it's all behind glass, and everything is the way that it was when, it's kind of frozen in time, and there's like ashtrays with I'm pretty sure they're fake cigarette butts. But yeah, there's a lot of that there. And so that's quite cool. It was such a neat experience to see that. So that is like my favorite actual space memory, was just going there and seeing that. And like when you're in the seats in this auditorium looking at the room, and like I said, the room is kind of behind glass, but it's as it was at the time, and you listen to the recording of the actual event, and it was quite a surreal experience, actually. But my other favorite space memory, which is even more dear to my heart, though not quite space related, but I just felt this was the perfect time to share it, was when I was little, 4 or 5, I remember, that my dad, we had this ceiling that was just like, the gritty textured ceiling that just has like the sparkles in it. I don't think they do that anymore, but old houses used to do it. So anybody who's in their 30s or 40s or older probably remembers those kinds of ceilings. But my dad used to put me on his shoulders every night, and I would touch the little glitter spots, and I would touch the stars. And so that is just like one of my fondest memories of him. And so yeah, just sitting on my dad's shoulders, touching the stars at night is my dearest space related memory. That's not quite space, but it was space for me. So that was question number 1. Question 2 is favorite space movie. Being a child in the 80s, naturally, I'm a Star Wars fan. I like the first trilogy, like the original 3 movies, episodes 4, 5, and 6. Those are my favorites. I don't know that I even have a complete favorite of them. I think I just like those movies as a set kind of thing, When I was young, I think The Return of the Jedi was my favorite. And when I was young, I had a big crush on Mark Hamill, aka Luke Skywalker. But I think, I didn't like scary things when I was young. And so I didn't like Empire Strikes Back, but I've learned to love Empire Strikes Back. I know it's a lot of people's favorite. I also would like to like, I like a lot of space movies. Sorry, I just have to take off my sweater. I get overheated. Yay, 40s. I love the Men in Black movies. I really like the Men in Black movies, and I really like, you know what? I made a list when Soraya came out with this tag, and I went and I made a list of my answers so I could be so prepared. But do you think I looked at the list before filming? No, of course I didn't. And so, what? I know I had another movie that I wanted to mention, but oh well, it doesn't really matter. Star Wars is my number one anyway. Oh, I did love the Apollo 13 movies. Oh, and Armageddon. But I really liked when Ben Affleck sings "Leaving on a Jet Plane to Liv Tyler." Okay, so number 3 is favorite space TV series. That is going to be Doctor Who, hands down, no question about it. But I would also say when I was young, I loved watching the Jetsons. and yeah, that was a favorite show of mine when I was little. Ooh, and when I was really young, I used to watch, it's not really, well, I guess it was kind of space related, but every was it on weekdays or just Saturday mornings? I don't know, but The Great Space Coaster, I remember watching that when I was like 4 years old. But those are not currents. Those are like a lifetime favorite shows. But yeah, Doctor Who is my favorite actual TV show. Question. Oh no, you know what? I'm adding. Soraya said, feel free to add more questions. So I am adding a favorite book, favorite space book question, because I like to read, and so yeah. Although what's funny is my favorite space book, I didn't actually read the book. I listened to it on audiobook, but it was Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and if you've read it, then you know, but like there's one aspect that if you listen to audio, I just feel like it is such a superior experience, because I can't imagine having only listened to audio and not read it. I can't imagine this certain aspect being done any other way than on audio. Like I can't picture how it is done in print. But I suppose that's the magic of it, right? Yeah. I apologize if anybody hasn't read it and doesn't know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, then you should. This is such a light pencil. Yeah. Project Hail Mary. I really loved that book, so I wanted to give it a little space mention. Next question, number 4, is favorite space coloring book or page. And I'm going to say Alien Worlds, naturally, because I am in the Alien Worlds group and we are working on Alien Worlds, and I've only done one page in it, but it is just such a phenomenal book, and Kirby's art is so cool. And like he just has such an original style, you know? And so that would be my number one space book. Like it's just the art in it is so different than anything else, you know? Like there's space coloring books like Deborah Mahler and Carla Magana have their Space Lust and Space Girls and Aliens, respectively. And like, you know, they're really cool and they're cool art, but it's still girls and just kind of like fun planets. But the Kirby book is just so detailed and so in depth and so imaginative. So that's kind of what that's what I like. Next question is favorite supplies to color space. So like I said, I've only actually colored the one page in Alien Worlds, and I have about 4 whips going so far for Space Timber. A couple different ones are based in alcohol markers. This is just colored pencil. Colored pencil, I like a lot, but I used to do nail art. And so I have done, like galaxies with acrylic paint on my nail art. And so I would say acrylic paint is actually my favorite medium to do space with, even though I'm not doing it in, I haven't done it yet in any of these books. I haven't done it on a coloring page, but it's still my favorite medium for doing space. And so that was question 5. Question 6 is favorite colored space page. So I'm going to show you my page that I did color in Alien Worlds. Because I am happy with it. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit. And a little bit more. I've only done the title page here. But I'm fairly happy with it. I think I'd like to do something different with the ship than I've done here. I just kind of left it white and let the reflection of the auroras shine on it. But I am happy with my color scheme. I do feel like, you know, Kirby has done this so well that you could have left it alone and the ship still looks complete. So he makes it easy to have a nice looking page in his books. So this is my favorite colored page because it's the only one I've done and I am happy with it. But I am going to actually insert a couple images of some of the nail art that I did that's spacey because it's fun and because I can. And I hope you guys enjoy seeing them. You can tell me in the comments if you thought it was cool. And if you didn't, then you don't need to say anything. And sorry, I'm going to zoom you back in here. I think I need black. Where have I put my... for the black, I'm using the Prismacolor black. So that was number 6. And number 7 is, what do you love about the space theme? And that is a great question. My answer is twofold. I really like the I like the freedom. I like the freedom that, like, there's no rules in space. You can just kind of do what you want, and you can use whatever colors you want. Like, you know, we're making it up as we go along. It's not like we're only coloring the planets in our own galaxy. And so you can really just have fun with colors and have fun with you know, thinking outside the box. And I have mentioned in my other videos that I am a very literal thinker. And when I'm drawing things that, like, I know how this thing normally looks, then I feel the need to try to color it as close to how it normally looks as possible. And so I appreciate being able to be a little bit more creative and thinking outside the box with the space theme. And then the other thing that I really like about the space theme is just that I love galaxies. I love galaxy print, everything. I love the colors in the galaxies. And so I just really dig doing galaxy stuff. I tend to still go for the same colors in my galaxies, just like the purples, blues, teals, pinks kind of thing. But that's just my favorite colors anyway. I think I would like to try to, on some page over Space Timber, play with like the reds and oranges and yellows though, because it's just not colors that I gravitate towards normally. And I think it would be really cool to do like a red fiery planet or something. So we'll see what comes for Space Timber and thinking outside the box. My little self-imposed box. Question 8 is favorite space quote. So I had to do a little bit of thinking about this one. My first response is just like the Star Wars quotes. These are not the droids you're looking for, which I have said. I use that in my real life in wherever appropriate. I'll throw that in there. And then also the Yoda quote, do or do not, there is no try. But I did want to try to think of an actual more like a space quote that's just not a quote from a space movie. And so the one that really resonates with me is the Carl Sagan, the cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. And I think that's really cool. I think it's cool on multiple levels because there's a spiritual, maybe he's Buddhist kind of leanings, and his name is Alan Watts, and he does he used to do a lot of spiritual talks kind of thing. And his quote is, you are the universe experiencing itself. And so I like how Carl Sagan, the scientist, says that we are a way for the universe to know itself. And then the spiritual person says, you are the universe experiencing itself. So just how like science and spirituality kind of merge on that front. And I think that's really cool. And I think that resonates with me when science and spirituality do kind of merge. I appreciate that. So that Carl Sagan one, I would say, is my actual favorite space quote that's not just a quote from a movie. And then what is the next one? Number 9 is, would you travel in a spaceship? And, once upon a time, I think I probably would have answered yes. But I don't think I would. I really don't think I would. I'm not... Like when I traveled to Newfoundland, and I think we flew from Vancouver to Toronto. And then from Toronto to Newfoundland was on such a tiny, tiny plane. And those planes make me feel just a tad claustrophobic. So I don't know if I could actually fly on a spaceship. I think I would be quite claustrophobic. I really want to say yes. I want to say, excuse me. I want to say, oh yeah, sign me up. I'd go for it in a second. But I really don't think I would. I really think I would not enjoy it as much as I hope I would, So that's, I think my answer is probably not. Probably not. I think younger me would have said, sign me up in a second. But older me is a little bit more reserved than younger me was. Yeah, so that's it. That's all the questions. And I have a semblance of some silvery spaceship going on. So, yeah. That's how much I can color in 9, 9 questions. Thank you for watching. If anybody wants to do this tag, like I said, go ahead and feel free to do the tag. It's a pretty open tag. If you like space, then I'd love to hear what you have to say. Do tag me in your video if you do it. And also tag the other hosts of Space Timber. Now, unfortunately, if you're tagging on YouTube, I don't think you could tag Soraya Colors, because maybe you can, because she does have a YouTube account. So you know what? I will put her YouTube account handle in the description so that you can tag her as well as the other hosts of Space Timber, which would be Soraya, myself, Rachel Colors and Crafts, Jessie in Color, Jamie's Coloring Love, and Fef Creates. So yeah, if you do decide to do the tag, I'd love to see your answers, but please tag us in your video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Be kind to yourselves out there. Bye-bye.